Okay, I'd like to talk to you about work-life balance. This is something that a lot of people talk about. What's good work-life balance? Do I have it? One thing you might want to ask your spouse is whether or not you have good work-life balance. Might give you a different perspective, and I do mean that. But I'm going to give you three things that I think would be really, really helpful that I've pretty well done over the years because I feel good about work-life balance. So let's go and dig into these things. One is create parameters, have constraints. So for me, the way that I work my day, when I get up in the morning, usually I'm the first person up. That's not always the case for everybody that's listening here, but it works for me. And that is my time to do some personal things, exercise, read, Bible, personal things like that. And obviously get a shower, get ready, and then work time starts. And I have a constraint around work time, meaning that the parameter, I should say, is it goes until 5 o'clock. That's kind of like my stop time. Doesn't mean I might end a little bit earlier, but it does mean I rarely end later than that, because that then gives the expectancy of my family. Now it's just my son at home with, my wife and I, but especially when the kids were growing up, they knew dad was done at 5. And there was a rare exception to that. And usually that was something I would set up in advance. Look, I'm going to be working a little bit later for a couple of days if there's some key project or something, but that's rare. So parameters, and that way for me, 5 o'clock comes and okay, I don't feel guilty if I'm not checking email, if I'm not doing work, even if I have some open time in my schedule, non-family committed time, I still don't do work at that time. Same thing on weekends. That is preserved. It's non-work time. I feel, it's just me, but I feel that if I can't produce successfully in a 40 to 45 hour work week, then I'm probably in the wrong career, at least for me. And honestly, I've heard people say when I sold that in order to be successful in sales, you got to work 80 hours a week. Well, I made it in sales, and I did it on 40 hours a week. So it's interesting how things fit the schedule that we give them. Create separation. I'll do this quickly. First one is parameters. Create separation. So when I'm working, That's my priority. Now, if something comes up family-wise, obviously that steps ahead of it. But generally speaking, priority is work. When I'm home, I'm home. And when I say home, when I'm off work, when I'm with my family, it's after 5 o'clock. My priority is to be with them. I don't answer emails. I don't check emails. I generally get no phone calls because people know not to call me. And I think most people know. And again, people are in different jobs that require different types of availability. But some of that, let's be honest, is our fault. Whatever we can manage, we should manage. The last one is routine. Create routine. I have routine in the morning that allows me to get key things done, to tick off some successes in my day that address big rocks in my life. My faith, Bible reading, prayer, that's kind of a constant throughout the day thing, but I have some time there. Exercise. Yeah. And book reading, those things get done early in the morning. That way I don't have to think about it later in the day, figure out when I can fit it in. My son wants to do something with me later and I'm not available to do it because I got to work out, and then I feel guilty. I just want to get it done, get it off the list. Create parameters, create separation, create routine. Most people find work and build their life around it. I suggest, and I heard Darren Daly say this, you find your life, what's important in your life, and you build your work around that. Good luck.